Let's start with the story you've been running. I'm too sensitive. You know what we call something that's too sensitive in a lab? A precision instrument. A seismograph doesn't apologise for feeling an earthquake on the other side of the planet. The Hubble telescope doesn't get embarrassed for seeing galaxies a beginner's telescope can't. So you feel the emotional weather in the room. You're picking up field data. That's not weakness. It's your calibration. Your body isn't broken. It's a high-gain antenna. And you already know how to do this. Remember the time you walked into a meeting and knew it was going to be a shit show before anyone said a word? That was your instrumentation giving you a readout. You just didn't trust the data. And that leads us to the next piece of nonsense. I don't know if I can trust my intuition. Think of your conscious mind as a CEO in a fancy office on the top floor. He's got charts, spreadsheets, logic. But down in the server room, in the basement, there's a supercomputer processing terabytes of data every second. Micro-expressions, pheromones, patterns in the chaos. That's your intuition. It's not magic. It's pre-conscious pattern recognition. It's your brain connecting dots you didn't even know you saw. When you get a gut feeling, that's the server room sending an urgent email to the CEO. The problem isn't the message. It's the CEO is too busy looking at the spreadsheet to open the email. So let's talk about surrender. You're scared of surrendering control. Let me give you a picture. You in a car, white-knuckling the steering wheel. But you're in the back seat. You're a toddler, with no idea how to drive. Just yanking the wheel, terrified. Surrender isn't letting the car crash. Surrender is you, the actual adult, finally climbing into the driver's seat and putting your hands on the wheel. The you that you're surrendering from is the terrified toddler. The you you're surrendering to is the part of you that actually knows the way home. And the fear of what people will think. Listen, they're just mirrors. When someone calls you crazy for an idea, they're not showing you who you are. They're showing you the limits of their own map of reality. Every pioneer looked insane until their map worked. The guy who said germs cause disease was laughed out of the room. The guy who said the earth revolves around the sun was burned for it. Their maps were bigger. Your map is getting bigger. Of course it freaks out the people who are still using a tourist brochure. Now let's get sciencey for a second. This isn't woo. This is neurology. Every time you take a bullshit limiting belief, I'm a mess, I can't do this, and you reframe it, you're literally changing the synaptic weighing of your brain. You're carving a new trail through the jungle. The old path, it's a superhighway, because you walked in 10,000 times. The new path, it's a deer track. But every time you take the deer track, you make it wider. Soon, it's the easier route. The neurons that fire together wire together. You're the electrician of your own fucking brain. So you say you want peace. Bullshit. You want permission to stop fighting yourself. You're in a civil war inside your own skull. Peace isn't something you find. It's the ceasefire you declare. You say you want love. No. You want the safety to be seen, truly seen, without having the armour up. You want to be able to put down the shield. You say you want purpose. What you really want is proof. Your pain meant something. That the shit you went through wasn't for nothing. And it wasn't, it was data. It was calibration for your instrumentation. So what's the karma of not doing this? It's simple physics. An object in motion stays in motion. You stay on the path, the superhighway of suffering, and you just get better and better at being stuck. You become a master of your own misery. Your fear of looking stupid today becomes the reason you're filled with regret 10 years from now, looking back at the life of what ifs. That's the negative extrapolation. That's the cost of inaction. But the positive extrapolation, that's where it gets fun. You start trusting your data. You start making decisions from that deep, quiet place of knowing. Opportunities seem to find you. People call it luck. It's not luck, it's coherence. It's you finally tuning your radio to the right frequency and being amazed the signal was always there. Your relationships change because you're not a chaotic bundle of reaction anymore. You're a grounded force. You become a goddamn lighthouse, stable in your own storm. And you start guiding other ships without even trying. This is the upgrade. This is you moving from being a character in the game to someone who understands the code. Every choice you make, it's an experiment in wave interference. You drop a new belief into the pond, and the ripples change everything. Math isn't hard. It's the universe's poetry. Your sensitivity isn't a curse. It's your finest tool. So let's install this right now. Your unconscious mind knows how to do this. It knows how to take a metaphor and run with it. It knows how to rewrite code. So imagine that old belief. I'm too sensitive. As a cheap, static-filled analog radio. See it. Now pick it up. Feel how flimsy it is. And then throw it the fuck off a cliff. Watch it smash on the rocks below. Good. And now, in its place, feel a new device forming in your hands. It's cool, smooth, perfectly weighted. It's a quantum field sensor. It has dials for empathy, for intuition, for logic, all integrated, and is calibrated to you. This is your instrumentation, and from now on, when you feel overwhelmed, you don't panic. You just look at the dials and say, the readings are high right now. Let me adjust my environment. You become the operator, not the victim. This is who you are now, the man with the map, the scientist of his own soul, the one who trusts his data, the one who surrenders control to the actual driver. This isn't a hope, this is a download, and the installation is complete. Now, breathe. Notice how the world looks just a little bit different through your new calibrated eyes.